Hi, I'm Laverne Affo, and this is a snippet of my cancer journey so far. I will also explain how joining Unique has helped me find my purpose and helped boost mine and others' self-confidence. I've been diagnosed with an inoperable cancer, a very, very rare. It's called carcinoid. I have been diagnosed with it in my head, which I had a tumor removed from my head, and that's the only one that's been successfully and totally removed. And then I've also had a my left lung removed, and I have what they call satellite nodules left in my right lung, which means that they're just dotted everywhere, and because they're not just one or two, they're too numerous to take out, and they have engulfed my entire lung. I also have a tumor in my liver, and that is inoperable. So it's been a long journey. We have been doing this now for 4 years. Shortly after my daughter was born, who is now 5, I was experiencing tiredness, fatigue, like extreme fatigue, and all the rest that goes with all the stuff that kind of go with cancer and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was constantly nauseous, to a point where I thought I was pregnant again, because the nausea and all of that came whilst I was pregnant, and I had no idea that, well, we had no idea that I'd already had the cancer, and because I got pregnant, it lives off it reacts to your hormones, and so my pregnancy was very, very tough. One of the weirdest things was I couldn't understand why I was nauseous throughout my entire pregnancy, and everyone said, oh, after the first trimester, oh, second trimester, oh, it's so strange, and it just went on and on. But luckily, once Alessa came out, it had gone, like vanished instantly, so that was kind of left. And then within a week of having Alessa, I was back in hospital with temperature and all of that kind of stuff. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I spent a further 2 weeks in there. My blood vessels wouldn't work, wouldn't take any of the stuff that they gave me, so all of my arms became tissued meaning that they swole. As soon as they tried to infuse anything into my arms, they would just kind of swell up. If you can imagine a mosquito bite, just imagine your whole arm covered in one big old mosquito bite, and was a bit bigger than that. But that's the way it sort of looked. So I couldn't hold my daughter, my brand new baby. I couldn't hold her. I was too tired to hold her, and when I wasn't too tired to hold her, I couldn't physically, because I was in pain, because they'd put all of these things into my arms, and they went back, checked, thought that, okay, it might have been something left inside of me, because I had a cesarean, emergency one at that, but there wasn't anything, and there was so much that went on, but yeah, in the end we finally found out, as because we thought it was a cyst in my head, went to get it taken out because it had grown exponentially whilst I was pregnant. Everything just went haywire during my pregnancy. It just increased like never had before. I'd lived with this little tiny bump for years, and then within 9 months it just grew to the size of a golf ball just there at the back of my head. So now I have a big old well in my head where no hair grows, and it's just a nice smooth dip. A dip that I didn't expect. I thought it was just going to be a smooth baldness, but no, you could drink water from it. And yes, I do joke. I joke about it now, because joking sometimes takes away from the seriousness of it all. And it's all the things about thinking about, we don't know what my life expectancy is. It's a very slow growing cancer at the minute, and at any moment it could decide it doesn't want to do that anymore, and poof. But I'm keeping the faith, and we are living, and we are enjoying life, and we are not, and when I say we, that's my family and I, we are not gonna let this thing get us down. We've done enough of that. You know, we have done enough of that. And so I must say that what I'm doing now has helped a hell of a lot. Coming on here and one, talking about my journey, two, just getting out there and meeting so many people. I've met so many friends and so many here. It's amazing. I've met lifelong friends. I've met people who are like carbon copies of myself. It's just amazing. And so this has helped me to get up in the mornings, like really has helped me to be the one to get up in the mornings. I got to a point where I felt very useless, because I would be that tired that I couldn't cook. And I've still not, since I've had my lung operation, I've not done one full-blown meal, and that's been 3 years ago. I've not done a full-on all the trimmings like I used to, because it's just too much, and I get tired. And people look at me right now and think, yeah, but she's fine, look at her, she's talking, da, 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 da. Yeah, because I literally roll out of my bed, which is 2 feet away from my vanity, and crawl into this chair, and I sit and I put makeup on. And you know what, the one thing that never gets tired is this. I can chat from now until and the more people I see, the more bright I become, and the more talkative I get. And it's I don't know what it is, and I could be really, really tired, but for some reason when I get on here, my energy changes. Yes, I do get tired. This is tired. It is tiring. I did consider not coming, because I've already done a live and I was on there for 2 hours, which is, yes, a marathon live. I absolutely love interacting with everyone. And yeah, my story is quite long, quite depressing, and I wish not to go into that depressive mode. This time last year, just before I started, I was the one lying in bed feeling sorry for myself, crying all the time, feeling like everything's been taken away from me. The one thing I never asked God was why. I don't know why I didn't. Now I do. And I accept the fact that at the end of the day, I've been put through this for a reason, and had I not been diagnosed, had I not been going through what I was going through, I would never had bumped into this. This is totally and utterly by mistake, by chance. It was this I should never have been doing. And so yeah, everything happens for a reason. And no matter how awful, the one thing that you always need to think about is no matter how awful you think something can be, it's happened for a reason, and there is something good that can come out of it. There is something good that has come out of it, and it's just for you to open your eyes wide enough to see, to figure out what that good thing is. And I tell you what, you watching me now is a good thing. You feeling inspired is a good thing, and I would never have been doing this had I not had cancer. Never. I would not have been doing this. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for the opportunity to finally find my purpose, because I'm a church woman, and a lot of the times we go to church and we hear people talk about they're constantly talking about your purpose, your God-given purpose. And I would always come home and I was always pray, and what is my purpose, God? I can't find it, and I don't know what it is, and help me. And it never came until I started doing this. And the fact that I could wake up, I could do a live, and I didn't talk anything about how I felt, looking up, being inspiring, and someone would message me and say that I'm so inspiring, that I've done so much for them. Like, what? I've just stood in front of the camera and put makeup on. And if you're telling me, if someone's saying to me that has helped them, yeah. And the thing is, I get to do what I love to do with this chat, which is just take this thing at whatever rate I want, and I do it all, and nobody has to tell me, okay, Laverne, it's finished. I go on for however long I want, and that's me. When my body says, Laverne, it's time to go, you're getting tired, then that's when I go. But I absolutely love it, and I do everything to the beat of my own drum. I don't have to answer to anyone. I wake up at whatever time I want. I do whatever I want with this job, and I make the decisions. No one does that for me. I don't have to worry about being ill and calling in sick, and, well, as I was, feel like I was useless and not contributing and not being able to do anything in the house, and saying I was going to get up and do and hoover, and managed to pull out the hoover and was too tired to do anything else. And yeah, and people will always look at me and what I'm doing now and think, no, that is not possible. But I will tell you that is me, that is how my body works at the minute. The fatigue is unreal. But for some reason, when I start talking, I can talk. And I love makeup. I am an addict. I am a makeup addict, and I absolutely love makeup. I was beginning not to before I started to do this because I wasn't wearing any. And this has given me the chance to, because even if I don't go out, I can still put on makeup, do what I love, and enjoy myself, you know? And so, why not? Why not? And yeah, so that's me at the minute, enjoying life, doing what I can, enjoying life with my family, loving on them and them loving on me, and just doing the best for everyone. And this job, this role, It's helped me so much, and it's given me so much confidence, because at the minute I would not have been able to come on here barefaced. Never in a million years would I have been able to come on here barefaced and talk to you and do stuff and just not be bothered. I wouldn't even step out of the door, answer the door without makeup. And this is me now. I can talk to you with or without makeup and not feel and not be bothered. I'm bothered a little bit, but not so bothered, to be honest. It's like, okay, right, so they're gonna see, oh, it's like, oh, the one thing is I always think about is they're gonna see, oh, my face is less darker than the rest of my body. And yeah, I am insecure about that, but I can explain it and people understand. And yeah, it's my cancer treatment. It's a treatment that I'm on. I have hyperpigmentation, and it's their problem if they don't like it. Shoot, I'm living with it. Yeah, and that's it. I've grown to not be afraid of saying the word cancer. Before this year, I would never say it. It would be the C word, or yeah, I have cancer. So what? Big deal. Loads of us do. And that's how I see it now. It's a thing, and it's just something that I'm living with, and we just get on with it, and we don't sit and we don't wallow, and we don't. There are so many things I could cry about. If you knew the symptoms, every day I would, just to eat, I'm constantly running to the toilet. I'm constantly feeling nauseous. There are times I'd be on a live and I'll be like, oh, my tummy, my tummy, my tummy. And I would be just carry on with it and just carry on. And I just got to deal with it. But you're not going to know that. You are not going to know that, because I'm not going to tell you. And yeah, so there are loads of things that I deal with behind the scenes that nobody would ever consider, and they would just look at me and think, look at her, she's pretty, look at her, she can put on her makeup and do whatever she wants and whatnot. And no, it doesn't actually work like that. It's just what you see. But know that it's not that easy, and if it's not that easy for me, then what are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? Now I can, so this job, I said, I can take my makeup off and I can just be free and be me. When I meet new people, I don't have to put on makeup to meet them. This is me. Take it or leave it. I've also found the skincare is so important. Before this year, I would spend lots of money. I used to spend so much money on skincare, but never actually used it properly. Like, I would use it for 2 days, and then every 2 days here, and then once. But now I religiously use my skincare, and my skin is thanking me for it. And I'm sure you can see, look, you can't just put makeup on. Makeup doesn't cover everything, and your face doesn't stay smooth unless you take care of it. The makeup itself doesn't actually stay on as long as it should do if you've got awful skin. And I've learned that. And skincare, looking after you, some self-care is always important. Always, always, always important. And people don't think that looking after yourself, do you know what? You can love, like today I was talking to someone, and you can think that you are fulfilled by loving on other people and not loving on yourself. Well, you're still not loving you. Because I can guarantee that you're going to look at yourself and think, this is so that, this is so that, da, 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 da. balance it. It's a balance. Love on you. Find the time to take care of yourself. Find the time to go for that foot massage. Find the time to look after your skin. Your skin is the biggest organ that you have, and it's the thing that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. You might as well take care of it. You might as well look like a 20-year-old in your 50s. How are you going to do that without looking after yourself? So take care of yourself, both inside and out. Makeup isn't just, I'm telling you, makeup makes me feel like, like I'm on top of the world. And I'm not saying that I don't feel on top of the world without makeup, but when I put that stuff on, I'm unstoppable. I have the confidence of 10 kings, of 100 kings. And that's the magic of makeup. It makes you feel good. And yes, it is. It does. I'm looking at myself now in the camera and I'm like, wow, I love this. Why didn't I do this look before? This, girl, you are looking good. And come on, this is what makeup does. I don't think I'd be looking in this camera with my face and I'm just thinking, girl, you're looking, no, I'm feeling myself. Yeah, I'll be feeling my skin. I'll be like, ooh, Laverne, your skin is so nice. And yeah, that's what I do now. I look in the mirror when I've taken all of this off and I think, oh my goodness, your face is smooth. Wow. For someone who has struggled for years with acne, and look at me now. Look at my face now. Smooth as a baby's bottom. All because of what I'm doing now. Because I've finally come to my senses and understand the meaning of looking after yourself. But I'm starting to do things right now that are going to, will. See, we don't do halves. Oh, maybe we go in. That's another thing that I've learned to do, is we never say might or maybe. It's always, yes, I will do it. Yes, it will happen. We deal with definites. We do not deal with ifs, buts, and maybes. We are confident people who will always never stop, never give up,